and brief. Genesis 1:1. Genesis 1:1. And I was thinking last night, and this is what people have been mistaken about God. Because sometimes you need to understand umse unabiliviaga ni nani. Umse unakuwaga loyal kwake, that even you give him your time ni nani. Because sometimes we want God to move in the way we expect. And I once preached somewhere and I said, the moves of our fathers might not be our moves. So, how God moved in those days is not necessarily be our move. Kuna mtu alipata breakthrough through giving. Wewe yako inaweza kuwa different. Not necessarily did you umepata testimony ya msee sijui alianza sijui na shilingi ngapi, na wewe uende uanze na hizo shilingi, utasafa. So it is based on liberation of who God is, and sometimes it is more of commitment in your heart. Because I once preached somewhere and I said, wakati umebet, wenye tunafanyaga betting, sometimes you will be there to see the progress of that team. Otherwise, hata kama uta watch hauna screen, utakuwa online ukifollow wameattempt mara ngapi, wameenda nini. Sometimes we chip in God and we left, so we expect the outcome, lakini tumeshatoka. So these are the things I want to talk about today. Sometimes you might be here and you think like, nikaa amekaa sana. But let me tell you, I think in the whole Old Testament, God has been looking for human being. From the Genesis, amekuwa akitafuta binadamu nini, akipotea anakuja anamtafuta, anamvisit the Garden of Eden, waliongea na Moses, Jacob alikuwa huko. Kwani wakireso ni Jacob alienda, si ni alikuja? So he has been looking for human beings. But I think he reached a place, and nilikuwa naambia sasa is about you umtafute. Unasikia kutafuta uso wa Bwana? Those terminology they are new, but it is now real. When he sent, I think the last time kukutafuta ilikuwa in the Calvary. After that, hey, you need to go and look for him. Yeah, you need to go and look for him. No angels, nothing. Wewe mwenyewe uende utafute sasa uso wake. Otherwise, and I'm talking this one like I'm talking. I'm about to finish by the way. So you it's up now to you. You go and search the face of God, because it is not easy. And I was thinking of this because people have been mistaking the moves of God so much. The Bible in the book of Genesis said, in the beginning God. So the norm of everything here is, tunafaa kumaliza na 10 8 10 8 says sawa. The very meaningful here is in the beginning God. So it means the very beginning in the writings of book, that is the Bible, God. So it means unajua kuna watu nimerealize like how we started is not God. Wewe ulianza kivyako, but umefika katikati, you want God to chip in. Have you seen, even I'm not married but I have seen some marriages, msee alianza kivyake, sasa imefika point anataka God in. So wewe ulianza stories zako tu kivyako peke yako, now imefika place you need God. It is hard. It is not easy, because in the beginning God. In the Bible, the first statement in the Bible inaanza na Genesis. In the beginning God. So what did he do? In the beginning God created heavens and earth. This statement itself, just verse 1, was messing up my mind, because in the beginning God created heaven and earth. Now let me ask you, how do you start building from the roof? How do you start building from the roof? I won't read another verse, but I want us to elaborate this, the very beginning. How do you start building from the roof? It's a mystery. It's like in the book that we read about the river and the source. The writer sometimes acted like God, and he said, Mumbi and Gekuyu. Those who come from that tribe, they know it is difficult to start from Mumbi and Gekuyu. You start from Gekuyu and Mumbi. Are you getting me something? So what I'm saying is, you don't expect God the way you expect him. It is not what it looks like. It might not be what you think. Because God starts his things like upside down. Jacob and Esau, who is older? Who is older? Esau. How does he start in the writings? Jacob and Esau. And I ask, in the same, ukisoma, in the first account of creation, God created sun and the moon, parameter of the time, to separate day and night in the fourth day. So if you ask, in the first, second, and third day, how was he coming in conclusion of the first day, second, and third? Nataka tu tuchanuane. Like, you don't expect God the way you expect him. Expect a new move, something different. In you is different. It's not the same with Nayangu. It is totally different. Because if you ask, kama alikuwa anasema in the first day, it come morning, evening, and he called it the first day. Na tunajua vizuri, jua na mwezi, these are parameters of the day and night, and in fact, time and seasons. How was he coming? Because he's God. He is God. Esau, after Isaac left the land and they come to the other land, what happened? It was a famine, drought. But Isaac went ahead and planted. He sowed and reaped in the same season, in famine, in drought. So usiexpect Julio na wase waliomoka na corona, we utaomoka. It might be different. Na kuna mse kumekauka, lakini kwake ni season. So I'm telling you, I'm saying this one to make you see how God operates. It's not for, like, usione ati sasa you yako imefika mwisho. No, your time might be different. Where miracle yako ni different. It's not the same. I was talking to people, and this is what I'm finishing with. That Jana nilipost something in my status, and how I started is it's very easy. Like, okay, how sometimes we start, it depends how far we'll go, because how you start, unajua kuna wimbo fulani nasemaga the force that make the plane to fly, the same force sustain that plane on the air. Ile nguvu yenye inaanza starting point. By the way, wanasemaga the force required for a plane to start, it is more than the one it will spend in the air to suspend it. So what happens is when you are starting something, it's the foundation you are laying. What bases are there? Ndio nimekwambia, yeah, God is very different, because you begin with God and how he